I've got some corn here from one of our glass gem corn cobs, and it's some of the darker kernels. It's kind of an ornamental slash popcorn. I'm gonna see if we can't get some of these to sprout. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in this small plate. It's kind of got a flat area in the bottom, holds some water. I rinsed them off just a little bit first, and then I put them in a little water. We'll come back tomorrow. Well, here we are the next day, and they've swelled up a little bit. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drain the water off and rinse them off a little bit. Okay, I drained off the water and rinsed them off a little bit. Now I'm just going to put this paper towel right on top of them, and then I'm going to put enough water on it to just make the whole thing good and damp. Here's a look at it after I dampen the towel. It's pretty moist. I could squeeze water out of it. It's a little on the wet side, but that'll keep the seeds good and moist underneath. Here we are on day 4, and we have some little tiny roots starting to show. Here we are on day 7, and just about all of them, maybe not quite all of them, have at least a little root showing. Some of them have just a tiny bit like this one here, and some of them have a pretty good root, and this one and a couple more are actually starting the leaves sprouting. So they definitely are viable seeds for next spring. And I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and stick a few in some pots just to see what happens. I have some seedlings already growing in this tray. What I did, I just took a pencil and poked a hole in these two, and these are the 2 seeds I'm going to stick in there. It's one in the long root I'm going to put over here, and then the other one I'm going to put right there. Okay, this root is going to go down. So I'll just stick that down in the hole and cover it up. Now we'll keep an eye on that. The one with the long root and the leaf growing, I'm going to leave that leaf to where it's going to get a little bit of light, and the root is down in the seed starting mix, and hopefully it'll grow towards the light. We'll see. This is where I have my overwintered plants, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this plate with the seeds right down here on the floor and see what happens. Well, here's what they look like now. It's been a couple of weeks since we first started with the seeds under the paper towel in the plate, and as you can see, this tallest one, it's the one with the longest root that I stuck in the ground, and the other one is the one I slightly buried, and they both got leaves on them. This one's got a pretty good head start on the other one. But it just goes to show you, you could get a couple of weeks head start on planting outdoors if you wanted to, using this method. Now let's look at the ones in the plate. As you can see, a lot of those have leaves on them too. And even though they've just got some real shallow water, most of them are starting to grow roots. Some of them are at different levels of germination. You can see some of them are just starting to break open and get tiny leaves starting to emerge. But it's a good way to check for the viability of your seeds, or to get a head start on germination. for planting outdoors.